Chat, we're gonna watch this video by Meta Goblin. The gold selling underworld of classic WoW is worse than you think. I've had somebody that mentioned this video to me and mentioned a couple of things that he talks about, and it seems really interesting. And it's 28 minutes long. And if you agreed with GDKPs or gold buying and stuff like that, I think that a lot of this stuff that you might see might clear that up. I personally absolutely despise GDKPs, and I hate being able to buy gold. Like, so much to the point that I would almost be okay with Blizzard saying, fine, you can't ever trade with people in game. Like, I'm almost at that point. But I honestly think that GDKPs, and they just encourage gold buying, which is terrible for the game, and it encourages pay to win. It's a pay to win service, basically, and it's just terrible for the game. It is really, really bad for the game. And being able to buy gold in itself forces the prices of things to go up. So those people that aren't buying gold, it puts more of a strain on them. And now that this bloody WoW token is in the game, that means that people are doing it legally now as well. So you've got one group of people that were always buying gold, then you've got another group of people that weren't, but then half of those people are now buying the WoW token. So it puts that much pressure on prices for them to go up. And it is actually really, really bad for the game. And then those people that are legitimately just playing through normal means, suddenly there's a lot of strain on them, and they either can't keep up, so they've got to consider buying gold themselves, or maybe they just quit playing because they can't keep up. And then it just makes the game worse. Anyways, we'll watch Meta Goblin's video. We haven't watched one of his videos in a couple of weeks, but usually some good stuff.
GDKPs, gold sellers, and botting. The streets of Azeroth are riddled with the world's worst criminals, con artists, and illegal contraband. But just how far does this nefarious underworld go? How far has this sinister plague infected itself into the World of Warcraft community?
I think there's going to be some stuff in this video that a lot of us didn't actually know how bad it was.
Well, it is much, much, much more than you think. The systematic exploitation by the means of illicit practices that are blatantly against terms of service has near destroyed entire server economies. The World of Warcraft is now a world ruled by a mafia of merciless...
It's kind of sad because I'm getting paid by the people buying gold. How are you getting paid? What? Blaze and Bob, come on. I mean... Come on, dude. I knew a Kansas City Chiefs fan, has no morals. Oh, you're getting gold in game from doing GDKPs. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I hate GDKPs. I would prefer. Would you not rather prefer to raid with three? Like you raid with 3 groups, right? Or 3 characters. Wouldn't you rather raid with 3 groups of friends instead of wouldn't you not rather do that than be forced to have to raid in 2 GDKPs to pay for your other WoW character? It's ridiculous.
Those gold exploiters. It has changed the game.
How many people have one main that they raid within a guild, and then they have alts that they raid in a GDKP to pay for the rest, to pay for their main, basically? That started happening like crazy in Classic, and it just continued on.
Forever. And now with the WoW token in the game, the scene is even worse. Join me as I go undercover into this...
Too broke to do GDKPs, dude. I've got 50,000 gold. I'm not too broke to do GDKPs. And I've got 8 tailors, man. I make 2,000 to 3,000 gold a week. It's not a problem.
The world to expose the true dark, unchecked side of a classic WoW community.
Well, this is trippy. Wait, what? Meta Goblin drives a Beamer? This is like some Dr. Disrespect crap going on. What is this?
Turn it off, it's bloody freezing.
He's in England, it's freezing.
The GDKP is a loot system with a very simple concept. It stands for Gold Dragon Kill Points and evolved from the DKP system. Instead of bidding points that you've earned in your guild, you bid gold for certain gear pieces. All the gold then pulls together into a pot that gets shared between every raid member. This concept has been around for much longer than most people think.
So again,
since there were, in fact,
I will say that the actual concept of GDKPs in itself, I don't like, but I like. That's not the problem. The problem is then people then go and buy gold from bots. If you could eliminate bots and this was actually like gold that people were using that they farmed, then I'd probably think, okay, that's just a really stupid system, but okay, fine. I'm okay with people doing that, but it's the fact that people then just go and pay to win and use a credit card to get these items.
GDKP runs in EverQuest before WoW was even released, and it has been very popular in the Korean MMO scene for a long time. In Classic WoW, it became much more popular and standardized towards the end of Classic between Blackwing Lair and Naxxramas, because at first, the reputation of the GDKP had a bad smell about it. People used to feel scummy about joining a GDKP run, and people who ran GDKPs were seen as bad members of a community. But when players realised that it's boring and takes too long to farm gold, the GDKP became more and more accepted in the community. Particularly as the audience of Classic WoW is very different to the audience of the original Wrath of the Lich King. Back in the day, we were able to smooch off our parents, play World of Warcraft 16 hours a day, and eat a diet solely of pot noodles and Monster energy drinks, and feel absolutely fantastic. Now, as the audience of World of Warcraft on the majority has reached an older age, they have less time and more responsibilities. It's crazy how much people in my Twitch chat actually have children. I mean, who the hell would want to
I've got people in my chat that have grandchildren. Like,
even do that? I mean, why raise children when you can raise your passes? My point is, most players have less time now to sit and just farm gold, hence why the GDKP has become such a big part of the game. But just how big has the GDKP scene become? Well, luckily I've been able to interview what I can only describe as the Grand Emperor of GDKP's, Zaius, who runs the Stacks GDKP Discord. This is essentially a GDKP network that runs on a Feralina server, the biggest US server. One irritating thing about having to join GDKP runs, or PUG in general, is having to constantly...
You know what is funny about their server? Like, if you want to advertise that your guild on the Stacks GDKP server, your guild actually has to actively run a GDKP. It's kind of weird.
Sheets to multiple runs. The idea behind this server is that it's a network that every raid leader and guild leader who runs GDKPs can use to bring everyone together. So there's just one big epicenter where people can join and make GDKP runs. This is the place where GDKPs are at their absolute peak.
Okay, Blaze and Bob, let me ask you a question. If you could snap your fingers and GDKPs were completely eliminated from the game, would you be okay with that? Whoops.
Peak. I've been given access to Google spreadsheets to look at the kind of pots that groups are ending up with. As you can see,
don't like
the
them,
pots
then.
are utterly
But you still
mental.
participate in them.
The biggest I can see here is 1.5 million gold. Divide that by 25, and this is 60,000 gold split. But obviously, 10%
One
very
pot
likely
is
go
more
to the
gold
raid
than
leader,
I
so
have.
the raid leader's going to get 150,000 gold to himself. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think
150,000. That's like $300 IRL.
I've even made that amount of gold during my whole time playing Classic WoW. And half of these pots are over 1 million gold. This will be a full Alodar 25-man run doing all of the hard modes. This is obviously where the richest WoW players are coming to spend their gold. I mean, people are spending over 200,000 gold on single items like leg plates of the Endless Void and Comet's Trail.
200,000 gold. Last I heard, it was $2 US for 1,000 gold. I think. I might have to check. I haven't actually looked in shiny. Wait, what? Like an old raid leader? What?
As you can see,
that can't
here,
be the
this
same guy.
is a leaderboard of all the top dog spenders. The guy at the top has spent a total of 3 million gold in GDKPs. That's roughly the value of
That would be funny if it was the same guy,
$5,000.
actually.
It has become so desirable now to join these GDKP runs that there's now a monopoly on making groups in the Discord. Because there's so much people wanting to join and make groups, there's simply just too many to put onto the Discord. So if you want your group to stand out to buyers...
Oh, you have to... Are you kidding me? You have to pay real-life money for your group to stand out.
You'll have to pay to highlight your group in the Discord at varying rates starting
what
at $30
a money
per day.
scheme
This will give you
this guy's
the
got going on.
featured raid leader badge in the Discord to help you stand out. So what's essentially happening here is guilds and raid leads are paying real money in order to get bigger gold spenders into their GDKP groups. There's a real money method in order to optimize the best GDKP runs to maximize the amount of gold a run is going to have. And since many GDKP leads actually sell gold, they probably end up making their money back anyway. Now, though many GDKP runs are made by guilds to essentially gear up their characters fast.
And you thought the token was what? Like, the people are buying tokens now, Rhines. Like, you know that they are. The people that did not want to take a chance were losing their account by buying gold on websites. Now they're just buying the tokens through Blizzard. I'm carrying these raids on my second rogue just by knowing the game. Just join us and bank the... What do I need to bank anything for, though, man? I'm not playing Cataclysm. Like, what do I need to bank? I don't need... If I finish Wrath of the Lich King with 1 gold, I'm fine with that. Like, I literally don't need any gold. Like, the game's going to Cataclysm afterwards. I will not be playing Cataclysm.
Because what they...
I would go play Turtle WoW before I play Cataclysm. Like, I'm not kidding. And I don't want to play Turtle WoW. Like, I want to play fresh, no changes. That's it. And if Blizzard doesn't announce it by BlizzCon, then I'll go play a private server.
They do is they pull together loads of gold.
I'm not playing
members,
Cataclysm. I promise you I will not spend a day on
GDKPs.
Cataclysm.
And if you think about it, they're going to have so much money that they can
leader.
just buy all of the gear in the raid and be like fully geared straight after the patch is released. And then the top guilds will come together to work on achieving world record passes and speedruns. But many GDKP leaders are in fact selling their gold. Now, Zaius and the Stacks Discord has an absolute zero tolerance policy.
For sure, I'm not playing
Cataclysm.
There's not a chance.
Selling their gold or advertising.
Maxitar is going to lead
I
tyrants into
don't want to
Cataclysm.
paint this Discord in a bad light because they have absolutely nothing to do with gold selling. Zaius's profession essentially is being a Discord designer. He's made a little bit of a hustle by making really good Discord channels.
So the guys that's got the Discord channel, and I mean, whatever, the guy's smart. He came up with this method to charge people money to get their GDKPs to stand out, and people that are running the GDKPs, where, you know, like the leader of the GDKP could be making like 150, 200,000 gold or whatever, just because of his cut. That 200,000 gold could be worth like $400. So yeah, of course, him throwing $30 to the Discord guy. Man, what a
But unfortunately, many GDKP leaders are selling their gold on the side, especially as one GDKP run can get you around $500.
Talked into it. You can send me a link on Discord. But Blazing Bob, I would quit streaming before I stream Cataclysm. Like I'm not kidding you. I would quit streaming before I play Cataclysm. I will go play Modern Warfare or something like that. I don't know. I would play something else.
If you're selling on the side,
you were the same.
Not involving a third-party middleman.
Send me the
website.
link, and
I know for a fact that many
rank
raid
14
leads on
High
my server
Warlord
are definitely
Goblin.
doing it. I challenge you to pretend to be interested in buying gold and ask some GDKP raid leads.
We'll watch it afterwards.
One of my long-term viewers has been running GDKP since the dawn of Classic and has told me that people are constantly asking him if he sells gold. He doesn't, but it just goes to show how big of a thing.
I've had people ask me if I'm selling my gold, and I tell them to basically piss off. Don't message me in game, by the way. I'm not selling my gold. I might just destroy it at the end of the Wrath. I might actually just say, you know what? I'm going to put something, I don't know. No, I can't even do that. Like,
it is. And also, you have to think, where on earth is this gold coming from? Are people really sitting on their PCs farming 3 million gold? Of course they're not. These GDKP runs are essentially absorbing gold bought from gold sellers that is found by bots, and then this gold is being redistributed into the server economy through GDKPs.
So they're selling
the
it back
economy
to
is
the
built
bot
by
companies.
Gold farming bots. People buy this gold and then spend the gold in GDKPs, where the gold is snowballed and is...
Like, how much are these bot companies making, man? Like it's all being cycled back to them. Think about everything that you spend your gold on. If these raid leaders are just reselling their pots basically to these bot companies, and then those bot companies are just selling the gold back to people that are playing in the GDKPs, like what a lucrative like they need to Blizzard or private servers need to figure out a way to nip it in the butt so that it stops it. Same as what they did in Season Master where you couldn't buy boosts anymore, like boosting wasn't working. They need to do something for GDKPs. Basically to stop the cycle of gold just being resold back to bots or given right back to bots to resell.
Dispersed into the player base. There's no wonder people don't farm gold anymore, because by joining a GDKP you can essentially obtain the gold that people purchase from bots without spending the money yourself. You just have to join a GDKP. Just before we move on, guys, this video has taken ages for me to make. Like, it's taken a good 2 weeks of research, editing, scripting, yada yada. Because like I've said in my previous Cataclysm video, I want to spend more time and passion into making single videos. I've actually spent quite a bit of money making this video, and I also had to drive an entire hour just to get a perfect 5-second clip for the intro. So if you like the video, please do subscribe, because that tells me that people are liking these videos, and then I don't have to worry so much
I've been
about
subscribed
uploading
to him
very frequently.
This video was already one of the best ones that Metagoblin's ever done.
YouTube algorithm. So now it's time to go further down the rabbit hole, because we need to find the source of this gold mine. Where and how is this gold farmed and
why can't I watch it on
into
stream?
the world?
Let me know on Discord why I can't watch it on stream. Oh man, I'm gonna get triggered right now. I'm gonna get absolutely triggered now.
Botting has been a thing in WoW and MMOs for years. In fact, people were botting in vanilla WoW. Now, particularly in World of Warcraft, I think it is more susceptible to getting botted because Blizzard allow the public to edit their LUI code and make add-ons. This makes it much easier for people to make very powerful bots in the game, and the addition of macros in the game also makes it even easier. People probably wonder why new MMOs don't really have add-on support or macros, and this is why.
Rid of botting.
As I speak right now, I've got a level 4 Undead Warrior leveling her way up in Tristful Glades without me even needing to be tabbed into the game. Because I'm not messing about in this video, guys. The only way we can find out how good these bots are is actually installing them and trying them out for ourselves. But don't worry about me getting banned or anything, this very likely won't happen. I talked to a Blizzard CM before starting this project, fully detailing and explaining what I intend to do. She said it's probably not a good idea for me to do this on my main account because I would very likely get banned, but the Blizzard CM has done me a...
Just got a question, like, if you're running a bot account, can they not just ban all accounts that are associated with that IP address? I guess you can mask your IP address or whatever so that it doesn't show up, but like...
massive solid and given me a free version of Dragonflight Epic Edition and 90 days game time. I didn't even need a Dragonflight key, but you never know, it may come useful in a future video. Now, I do criticise Blizzard a lot, and obviously I will do a lot in this video, but it has to be said, the Blizzard CMs are absolute diamonds. So when I criticise Blizzard, this does not include Blizzard CMs in any shape or form, because they are so generous and so helpful to me and to other content creators when it comes to, you know, working on their project. So I've booted this bot up to do some low-level leveling, and I'm astounded on how well it performs. It honestly performs better than most players. I'm getting 8k XP per hour, less than level 5. It is leveling extremely efficiently. It knows precisely where to go and kill mobs, what route to take, where to accept and turn in quest, and I've noticed it does this pathing process where you can see a line being drawn on the screen. This detects the best route so you don't get stuck anywhere. It finds quest items.
Blaze and Bob, if I watch a 2-hour video and it doesn't convince me to play Classic, I'm going to be mad. Yeah, I'm going to be really mad.
Mobs, NPCs, and everything that you need. It will even go to the class trainer, automatically learn the best spells, and vendor your loot. There are a number of different profiles you can load into the bot software. It's ridiculously easy to do. People in the community also program more profiles and sell them on the website. You can get profiles for dungeon grinding for gold. As we know, many bots right now are farming Botanica, since this is an easy, consistent farm that is instanced. They're gathering profiles to do mining and
The problem with Blizzard is they don't do enough early on to get bots to stop, to stop them in their tracks. So while they're leveling, for example, Blizzard doesn't do enough to stop them from actually leveling and be profitable. That's the main one.
Before they reintroduced the level 55 restriction on Death Knights, a lot of bots were simply just making Death Knights and running around Badlands doing, mining Mithril, since that was an easy 5.
It was absolutely insane when Blizzard announced that they were going to do that, and StaySafe immediately came out with a video saying that bot companies were going to just abuse the hell out of it, and sure enough, they did.
100 gold per hour. You've also got simple cloth farms and profiles to continuously queue into Battlegrounds for XP. With Joyous Journey's buff active again, you will very likely see this very soon. The bot will even attempt to do PvP to its best of its ability to avoid getting banned. I use the software Benetto. Yes, it's genuinely called Benetto. I wish I was making that
I'll have to remember that
when
I download it and use
like
it.
BotBro and Orca. They cost around $20, but for some reason they have this hidden fee to make you pay another $20 to unlock the software, apparently, because it won't work on Windows
$20 a month
without this unlocker key. It's basically complete twaddle to make you spend more money. I mean, why would an exe installer file just not work on Windows? It doesn't make any sense. And you have to pay that $20 every month in order to continue using the software. It is a bit of a faff to install the software with lots of file editing, but anyone with a semi-decent PC skills could figure it out. I imagine a bigger goal that bot farming companies have found ways to crack the bot software and make their own software to farm gold so they don't have to spend this monthly fee. Now you have to imagine that I have spent the money to get a level 70 character boost. In day 1 my character would easily be level 80. And I mean one real-time day, because I will just be able to leave the bot running overnight. The bot also knows how to optimize gold making. For instance, it always returns to a vendor when you run out of bag space. So leveling 70 to 80, you can easily get a decent 3,000 to 5,000 gold. And this is roughly the cost of $6 since gold is so cheap at the minute. At this point, you would have a character now ready to do some gold farming. We have seen in my previous video many bots are grinding TBC dungeons. They essentially clear the dungeon, disenchant greens and blues they get for extra money, and possibly use tailoring to yield more gold from the cloth by selling them as bags. Some will also farm mana tombs, since inside there you can get an extra 100 gold per hour if you have mining. These runs normally yield 500 to 1,000 gold per hour. And they're so well programmed, they will farm gold faster and more efficiently than any human can. So on average, our saber runs at 700 gold. That's just under 17,000 gold per day. That's roughly $21 per day. So within 3 days, the cost of setting up a new account...
Did he say 70,000? Hold on, I gotta listen to this again.
That's just under 17,000 gold per day. That's roughly $21 per day. So within...
It's got to be that English accent. I wish these English people from England would learn how to speak English properly.
3 days, the cost of setting up a new account is covered. Like I said before, the people who were using DK bots to farm Mithril in Badlands wouldn't even have to pay this upfront cost of a character boost. Not to mention how you can easily farm the gold on retail for a free month of sub. But at least a WoW token will never come to Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Yeah. Bots don't need to do dungeon runs, they can just buy Saronite ore off the auction house and use the Saronite shuffle method with prospecting to flip 500 gold per hour just sitting in a major city next to an auction house. Now, $21 per day might seem like a small amount. I mean that...
Oh my god, they're running like 40 accounts at a time. That's $21 a day per account.
Will probably barely cover the electricity cost to run a computer. Well, the thing is, these bots can easily be run on multiple...
I doubt the bots farm 24/7 though. Makes it really obvious. All you have to do is have it farm long enough to make it profitable. Like he said that you can get from 70 to 80 basically in one day, and within like your second or third day, the bot's probably already profitable. Like you only have to last a few days hardcore. And look how long it takes Blizzard to actually do these ban waves. Like I mean, if it gets banned after 6 months, who cares? Just restart. Like this is the problem. Alodar, did you see the wall the GM of Everlook said about bots? Private servers have a better system to find them, but he said you still need a person to sit in the starting zone and mass ban all their accounts with similar names, and every account made to the same IPs. So they can do it. Like Blizzard, we all know, like, this is not a secret that Blizzard just refuses to spend money on GMs. Like, this is, you know, and Bob's your uncle, yes, except you, Bob.
Different game clients at once, because you can customize the window size of the WoW game client
Oh, here it
to make it
is.
so
Here
small
it
that it
is.
barely takes up any CPU power. And this is why multiboxing was possible for so long. If you had 5 clients open farming gold, that's $100 per day. Times that by 30 and it's $3,000 per month.
What? 3,000 per month with how many? Hold on, how many accounts was that?
Run on multiple different game clients at once, because you can customize the window size of the WoW game client to make it so small that it barely takes up any CPU power. And this is why multiboxing was possible for so long. If you had 5 clients open farming gold, that's $100 per day. Times that by 30 and it's $3,000 per month. Converted to pounds, that's just under £2,500 per month. That's 30 grand per year at around £15 per hour. Now, to put it in perspective, my sister actually earns as much, and she's a fully qualified veterinary nurse. And that's just with 5 clients. You can easily run 40 clients at once. People were doing this in original Classic WoW when they were multiboxing to wipe.
Blaze and Bob, I got a terrific idea. Oh, wait, you're already married. How about this? How about we start up, like, bot farming accounts for Classic, because we just don't give a crap about Classic anymore? Have them make, and why stop at 5 accounts? Like, let's do 10 each or something like that. And instead of making 3 grand a month, we'll make 6 grand a month. Hell, let's make it so that we're making 10 grand a month each off of these accounts, and then we'll just play private servers instead. You know, screw Classic. Let's just make bots run on Classic, and we'll go play private servers instead.
Raid groups on the way to Blackwing Lair. With 40 clients running, you could make just under 300.
Oh man, this is actually funny.
Grand a year, 24 grand per month, and that's roughly £152 per hour. Not really a bad wage if you think about it. Obviously, this would mean you have to have your PC running.
Blaze and Bob, let's retire here, man. We've got an opportunity. Like, Classic is already screwed. Like, what's stopping us from doing this?
24/7 for a whole year. But still, if you cut that wage in half, it's still insane. You're getting paid more than a doctor or a lawyer. I have heard many anecdotes of gold farmers who, in certain countries, are making more than doctors. Or people who have just done it quickly, short term, over the course of a few months to buy a car or something. It makes serious money. And we haven't even talked about how people are using fly hacks and other hacks to speed up the process of making gold. It also isn't a requirement yet to two-step verify your account on World of Warcraft, your Battle.net account, so these companies still have the ability to hack accounts, steal the gold, and sell it. As long as a bot can make profit before they are banned, bots will continue to exist. The only way to truly mitigate bots is to ban them earlier during their lifetime, ban them before they can make a profit, or increase the running cost, but obviously we don't want to personally spend more money on the game time.
You hear what he said there? Hold on. About banning them earlier? That's what I was saying earlier. Like, that's the problem that Blizzard's not doing, and it's almost like they're deliberately not doing this.
Can make profit before they are banned, bots will continue to exist.
That's right.
The only way to truly mitigate bots is to ban them earlier during their lifetime, ban them before they can make a profit,
before they get to
or
max
increase
level.
the running cost, but obviously we don't want to personally spend more money on the game time. But I have talked to people who have been able to run bots for months without getting banned. A bot is more likely to get banned if they're caught in the open world and reported by players. But if you're level to max level playing...
So if you have one bot account that is just doing nothing but boosting other bots, how do you get... You know, it's much harder to get banned, I bet.
...the game normally, and then just bot yourself all inside a dungeon farming gold, you are much less likely to get banned and can run a bot for months. And you're normally only picked up by the big bot ban waves. And you don't even need to do it like that. You can just put a bot into a dungeon to level through dungeons, and then you're just never going to get caught.
So let me get this right. Anyone can make a bot, like, on a second account, and even if you're playing it from the same PC, the bot account would get banned, but your regular main account won't get banned? Is that what you guys are actually saying?
All of these anecdotes that I've heard from people from my Twitch chat, I'm obviously not going to name and shame, but luckily being a Twitch streamer, you do end up meeting people with experience in these kind of practices. However, luckily very recently...
There you go. There you go. Anyone that's watching this, if you don't care about Classic anymore, I mean, I'm not endorsing playing Classic anymore. I literally just want to get through the content and then never have to play Classic again. I will go back to private servers. Go make bots. Everyone go make, like...
As I was scripting this video, an alleged gold botter and seller has totally opened up to his practices and his process on Reddit. He's been botting...
You're making bots back in Ultima Online? Blaze and Bob, let's start a side gig here, man. We can retire in a year, okay? Virtual machines, VPNs, etc. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't make WoW bots, but if I did online, because it wasn't against the rules. Oh well, there were macro programs back then. I did use those, but I mean, where you'd sit there and like hit each other on the shield or whatever to raise your blocking and stuff like that. Well, for real, if you have these earnings, that's insane. More than I make in a year just for working. You know, like these guys that have 5 bot accounts or 10 bot accounts are making more than I do in a year. Argentinian accounts, even I think it's actually really difficult to get to make Argentinian accounts, like new ones runs. I don't know that you can still actually do that unless you have an actual credit card in Argentina. One of the reasons online games made it against the
selling
I don't know what the
vanilla
EULA
and the
is.
glider bot. He claims on average he gets a good 90.
I heard about this. I heard about this, but I didn't really read much through the Reddit. So, hold on, how much did he say he makes?
Selling situational vanilla and the glider bot. He claims on average he gets a good 90 days out of one account and runs 25 accounts at once. You know, further also supporting what I've heard from other people. Runs 25 accounts at once.
25 accounts. And so when the other guy was running 3, he was averaging $3,000 a month, right? So if he's making so $15,000 a month. $15,000 a month that this guy's making, like 3.
Further also supporting what I've heard from other people and, you know, other sellers. He further goes on to explain how the game's warden system, as he calls it, auto-bans botters. Apparently the warden tech is very outdated, and basically the botters have found ways to, well, ultimately defeat it and get around it. And there also used to be much more game master assistance when it came to detecting and banning bots, who would get whispers from GMs investigating and deliberately doing stuff to mess around with his characters to disrupt the botting process, and obviously to find out whether he is a bot or not. He used to wake up sometimes and have 10 accounts banned, but now with VPNs of virtual machines it's much easier to not get banned. So this is interesting because it means that botters are running the bots on virtual PCs rather than using it on their own all the time.
Who knows how to do these VPN and virtual machine stuff? I have no idea how to do this.
Which obviously cuts down on electricity costs. So people left a lot of questions on this post, and I read through all the guy's replies, and I'll read out the most interesting ones. He says the GDKPs are a huge source of income for him.
Of course
the days of the Chinese sweatshop are over, and now there's a...
Why? I mean, it's extremely easier than your restream thing. Max, we gotta talk after the stream, all right? We gotta have a chat, Max.
Big divide of where gold sellers are coming from. You know, many are from Europe, the States, and other parts of Europe. After getting banned, he can get another account set up within 15 minutes.
15?
And he
What
stresses
takes
the
you so long?
importance of keeping the gold moving through accounts to prevent an account from getting banned for gold selling or buying. He personally runs 60 bots across 3 machines. He says it is possible to run over 100 bots, but you will need 2 people to manage it all.
Oh my
God. Talks about
okay, so because they're bringing in so much gold and stuff like that, you actually need a partner. You hear that, Blaze and Bob? If we want to have 100 accounts, it's going to take 2 of us, okay?
how AI could make bots even better because vendor bots can think for themselves rather than follow predetermined parameters and pre-coding.
What was this about AI?
So in the future, I wouldn't be surprised
What?
to run over 100 bots, but you will need 2 people to manage it all. He also talks about how AI could make bots even better because vendor bots can think for themselves rather than follow predetermined parameters and pre-coding. So in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if bots become even more intelligent and cause even more damage to the game.
I didn't even think about AI.
The industry of gold selling is much bigger than you think. It expands widely across all of the games, selling various different currencies and different services like arena boosts, raid boosts to get gear, and even power leveling on classic era. For this video, I wanted to focus on gold selling, obviously. So I decided to go ahead and buy some gold on my throwaway account and see what the process looks like. It cost me £3 to get 2,000 gold. Technically 1,900.
I haven't checked what the price is on NA recently, but
£3 to get 2,000 gold. Technically
it's like
1,900 because I accidentally said my character was on Alliance and not Horde. But luckily, the customer service is insanely good on this website. They messaged me before I ever knew there was some kind of issue to adjust the amount of gold that I would receive. The website I used was Overgear. They must be making some serious bank for them to have such good customer service to the point where it's probably even better than Blizzard's. And it took just under 2 hours.
I mean, if that was actually a person responding to him, then it's already better than Blizzard's. Let's be honest.
Gold to arrive. As you can see, they have cleverly tried to make the purchase less suspicious by writing in the message, "Here is your cut from a GDKP with a bullet," which is probably the cheapest item that you can buy in the game. Now, there's a number of these different gold selling communities, and some sellers operate on G2G as well. They claim to have millions of gold available for purchase across all realms. Now, I tried to get in contact with these gold sellers, but they are extremely secretive and confidential. As you can see by the DMs, I definitely tried. This makes sense, as these companies could easily get sued by Blizzard, as they are essentially selling a Blizzard product. It also wouldn't surprise me if they're trying to avoid the tax man like Dr. Alan Grant tries to avoid a T-Rex, just stay still and don't do anything and hope they don't see you. I've actually been applying this technique to a number of my family members, and it works quite well actually. But from what I can understand from the website, these gold sellers are more of a middleman company. The days of ramming 50 Chinese...
Yeah, they don't even have to farm the gold themselves. People are selling it to them. I don't know what you'd sell it, maybe 50%? And then 50% of what they resell it for, maybe, and they just cycle it out. It's brilliant, actually. I'm actually jealous.
20 men into an office to play World of Warcraft are over. The practice now is to be more freelance. Anyone can sell their gold to this website, whether you're just a normal player who has some gold left over that you're not using, or obviously something like a GDKP leader. You sell it to the website and then this gold is resold. They say their gold isn't obtained from illegal practices like botting and account hacking, but there's absolutely no way to determine this, especially as I've been told there's an acute practice of gold laundering to take the trace off it. Normally someone will make a throwaway account and make a guild bank to deposit big amounts of gold into, and then it will be dispersed to multiple different people in different accounts. There's definitely a number of ways to avoid getting banned for gold selling and buying. The guild bank method is apparently the best proven method to not get banned when...
So wait, what are they doing? Are they inviting the bot to the guild, and then the bot is depositing the gold into their bank, and then they take it out? Is that what they're doing?
Normally someone will make a throwaway account and make a guild bank to deposit big amounts of gold into, and then it will be dispersed to multiple different people in different accounts.
Okay.
There's definitely a number of ways to avoid getting banned for gold selling and buying. The guild bank method is apparently the best proven method to not get banned when purchasing gold. A number of guilds are doing this in order to get gold for GDKPs because it's just a faster way to gear up, like I mentioned earlier. GDKP raid leaders are also using methods like this to essentially cut out the middleman and sell their gold for a better amount. But don't worry everyone, because now that the WoW token is in the game, it means nobody will ever buy gold on third-party sites anymore, because according to the lead dev of Classic WoW, the token is a proven tool.
You know what? This guy is come on, man. This Agrin guy, I've never spoken to him. I can't remember. I think he follows me on Twitter. I'll have to check. But come on, man. You just treat people like they're idiots.
Tool to mitigate RMT. Despite the fact that G2G and basically every other gold buying site is currently undercutting the token by 50%, yes 50%, right now on Gold Maga WoW token costs £17 and you can get 8.8 thousand gold, or you can get...
Okay, I mean, he might be a nice guy, but he's talking to people like we're idiots.
the same amount of gold for £9. Fair enough, since there is now a safe, reliable and legal method to buy gold in the game, less people will use third-party sites. But this helps retailers reduce their running costs. They have hordes of gold lying around on different accounts on every server in the game. Now they can just buy game time with gold and focus more on boosting and loot selling services.
So they don't,
this really is like Blizzard throwing a boomerang into their own face.
Now they're not even paying for their accounts. Like they're just paying for the account with a token. These bots.
Is Blizzard already know that? The WoW token is purely in the game to make profit, to make more money from a game they're developing. It's like printing money. They can just add stuff to the game that people will pay for. Didn't require any development cost to implement the WoW token. It's been in the game for years, and even in Classic, since it has been data mined years ago. I think there's this huge misconception that the WoW token will fix RMT, but in truth, it really doesn't do anything. In fact, it just further destroys server economies.
Yes.
GDKP's being so popular in the game, there's a huge incentive to buy gold. Blizzard definitely knew this. This is why GDKPs aren't against terms of service and haven't been. They have waited for the concept to blow up, and then they've added a system where people can buy gold for real money. It's genius money making, but we're all getting bent over in the storeroom. The average players are not buying playtime, okay? It takes about 10 to 16 hours to farm enough gold to buy a game token.
Yeah, who is actually using the game token to actually pay for their game time besides bots? Like, literally, besides bots.
Or
to reduce
you
their
could
costs.
work for 3 hours on minimum wage in the UK and have enough money for 2 months of game time. I mean, what are you gonna do? Even when I was a kid and had absolutely no income, I just saved a little bit of my lunch.
Very few people do, Raz. Very few people do.
Money every week, went to the bank, literally with pound coins, and deposited.
I make 3,000 gold a week with my cloth, and that probably takes me about 2 hours of my time. I could not be bothered to use that gold for a WoW token.
It into my bank account just so I can play World of Warcraft. The WoW token literally doesn't help anybody apart from gold sellers and boosters who are farming tens of thousands of gold every day. And another obviously bad side effect of the WoW token is how it'll inflate the prices of basic commodities like flasks and food. When the average raider has to spend more money just in their average week of raiding, it means they have to do more boring content like gold farming, meaning they are much more likely to just quit playing the game because they can't be bothered gold farming so much. This is why I quit Classic WoW.
Potions of Speed, 10 gold, man.
And had a few months break between Blackwing Lair and AQ40. Either that or they'll buy gold.
Potions of Speed used to be 3 gold on my server, or 250 back in the day. I would like not want to see. They're probably 7, 8, 10 gold now or something. I don't know what they are right now.
On third-party sites or the WoW token, further just exacerbating the economy even worse, and eventually it will be so bad that the genuine gameplay experience of Wrath of Lich King Classic will simply just be much worse than it should be. There's no other way of saying it. The game will just be worse. And ironically, Blizzard will lose money on subscriptions from people quitting. But obviously, that doesn't seem to matter, because if they didn't feel they could make more money from less, but bigger paying customers, they wouldn't do it. Many IPs now have this design: make more money from less players, which unfortunately normally results in less quality player experience. This video was supposed to be...
At least it's not Classic Era. There's got to be bots on Classic Era, I'd imagine, as well.
About the dark side of Classic WoW, an investigation into the industry of illicit practices in the community. But as you can see, Blizzard aren't exactly morally superior to gold-selling websites. With the inclusion of a character boost and the WoW token, their practices are literally just as predatory and exploitive as third-party websites. Furthermore, they are aiding third-party websites, not mitigating them, by increasing a player's need to buy gold and allowing third-party sellers to reduce their running costs to better run their industry. Every single gold seller that I've talked to is happy about the WoW token being in the game.
I think I saw that comment for that gold seller that's in the Reddit. He actually said that they're happy that the token is in the game.
Service agreement that they stand on is about as brittle as a politician's backbone. The true dark side of World of Warcraft isn't hidden away within some hidden mafia community operating in the shadows. It's...
Hold on. If you're spending $15 a month on the WoW token, or sorry, on your subscription, and it's $1 per 2,000 gold, right? Is that right? Or is it no, it's $2 per 1,000. I'd have to check.
right in front of everyone, in plain sight for everyone.
Is it actually cheaper to pay for your WoW subscription by buying gold through these sites and then buying the WoW token?
To see.
I'd have to check the price of gold. Darkport, oh my, yeah, like, come on. This was so blatantly obvious that this was going to help bots. What a stupid outfit. Look at this. It looks absolutely ridiculous. And idiots are lining up to pay 17 pounds or euros. Would look sick on my goblin. I'm never gonna have a goblin. Blizzard disgusts me, man. Oh my god. Like, just, I should not have watched it, like, because I'm just angry now. Like, he pointed out a bunch of stuff that I'd never even really thought about, but, like, welcome to this week's Rage with Alodar. Aloe Rage, we call it here. Aloe Rage. Grin, what do we watch? We watched Metagoblin's video on the gold selling underworld of classic WoW. It is a great video, but you will be angry. Now, Rhines, after seeing everything, are you still going to tell me that you think GDKPs are good for the game? Or that you like GDKPs? How can anyone still be okay with the people that are okay with GDKPs are the people that are profiting off of it. They're not the worst thing. I mean, okay. I mean, I guess murder is worse. But, I mean, it's so, like, disturbing how bad this is for the game. People still do it. And it's like it's like the only way that you're going to, like, stop it is by Blizzard saying, no, that's enough. Or, you know what? We all go back to playing private servers or something like that, and maybe they can do something better. I mean, it's a pay-to-win game now. It's garbage. Like, I literally just want to finish the content and move on. I can't stand Classic anymore. What is it? Do you think these messages GDKP is good? Who is written? What is just propaganda written by gold sellers? I don't know that anyone's actually saying it's fine to buy gold except people that, like, enjoy GDKPs. It's not even like sending you an e-hug. I need more than that, dude. I need more than that. Anyways, great video by Metagoblin. Once again, my take on GDKPs, and GDKPs I hate. Gold buying and selling I despise. Like, everything to do with bots. And I'm actually, like, I'm furious with how Blizzard has done literally nothing, and they've ruined Classic because they've allowed this to just continue to happen. And they feed you this BS that they're doing everything that they can. There's nothing more that they can do, when it's very clear to everyone that they're not doing anything, and they're making, like, the most minimal attempt to do anything just to say that they've done something. Like, they're not banning accounts before they get to max level. You know, like, if I honestly knew what I was doing, I would probably be like, you know what? Screw Classic. Let's just set up a bot farm and just go retire on a beach somewhere and screw Blizzard. Like, you know, I don't care about classic anymore. Like, I honestly am kind of that mind. Did you see clip of where classic influencers, streamers openly admit on podcasts that they're buying gold and mention G2G? I don't know, Henry. Blaze and Bob, you wanna comment on that? See Alex's clip where classic influencer streamers openly admit podcasts that they're buying gold and mention GG. Blaze and Bob, you're in my chat. Do you wanna make a comment? Blizzard Classic version is over. I am done with Classic. Like, I literally just want to play vanilla private, like no changes, and that's it. I honestly can't wait till Wrath is done. Anyways, great job by Meta Goblin. If you're watching this on YouTube, by all means, you know, if you like the commentary, like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do live stream 5 to 6 days a week on Twitch and YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll see it. See me when I go live. But if you want to watch on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Alodar. Again, if you watch me on YouTube, you can watch me without ads. So we'll leave it there for this video. Talk to you again in the next one when I've calmed down a little bit. Take care.